So what is the latest with Belichick? What do you got for me on that one?
I think it's similar. Like I think it's like a lot of it would come down to structure with the Falcons, and whether or not they're willing to set things up a certain way. I think Rich McKay is a key figure here. Bill has been very critical of the competition committee over the years, both publicly and privately, and has had a real you-know-what across his you-know-what about the competition committee. So, and Rich McKay has been one of these guys who has been involved in football, but as guys have gotten fired from there, has survived over and over and over again. And so, how do Bill Belichick and Rich McKay match up? Because Rich McKay is one of the most trusted advisors to Arthur Blank. So there's that, right? Then there's Terry Fontenot, the personnel department. How does that match up? How does that work? Can Bill bring all of his infrastructure? How much power is Bill going to have in personnel, right? Is he going to be the guy with his finger on the trigger? And is Arthur Blank going to be comfortable with that after, what the Patriots roster looks like now? Again, I know I sound like a broken record saying a lot of the same things I was saying about, the Chargers with the Falcons, but I think it's the truth. I don't think this is about money. I think this is about structure. I think this is about it being set up a certain way. And, I do think Bill has in his head who he's going to bring with him if he goes. So that means you're probably, are you hiring Josh McDaniels with you? Are you hiring Joe Judge with you? Are you hiring Matt Patricia with you? A lot of guys I think are lined up and waiting for him, And so, again, I think more than just money, there are a lot of things that match up for the Falcons. Geography the same way with Harbaugh, the roster same way with Harbaugh. There are a lot of things that match up that are attractive to Bill here. I think, based on the way he's operated for the last 24 years in New England, there are also some requirements as far as the way he'd want it to be set up for him to take the plunge and do it again.
Then there's a matter of with Harbaugh going to the Chargers, he's got Justin Herbert sitting there. Who's going to be the quarterback in Atlanta, right?
I know, and that's the question, right? But hey, if you have Belichick, that probably attracts some people, right? Now, not everybody, but
who? It's not like the free agent market would be what? Would it be Kirk Cousins, Jimmy G?
Give you a fun one, or Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins would make a lot of sense. I think Kirk Cousins is the most sensible one. And Russell Wilson, just because Bill has collected players who are maybe a little over the hill, who used to be superstars. Bill collects those guys like action figures. Go back over the years, right? Think about
the Corey Dillon action figure, the Randy Moss action figure,
Chad Ochocinco, Joey Galloway, Tim Tebow. Some of them work out, some of them don't.
Okay.
But isn't it true?
No, I understand that, but Bill is also, he's got a window just like Arthur Blank in terms of needing to win right now.
Here's a fun name, Baker Mayfield.
Oh man. That's not a bad one.
He liked him in 18.
Okay.
They couldn't go up and get him. They weren't. They had just been in the Super Bowl, and Baker Mayfield went first overall, so it wasn't realistic. But Bill Belichick put Josh McDaniels on a plane the week of the draft to go work out Baker Mayfield in Norman, Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one that that's what's fascinating too about it too. The franchise tag could cost could be $35 million at that position. Does Tampa, if the Falcons land Belichick, does Tampa have to franchise Baker to keep him away from Atlanta?
Well, and there's Justin Fields too. If the Bears go ahead and draft Caleb Williams, what a fascinating next couple months are really unfolding right now. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.